Hello there, ladies and gentlemen. Young Sage back in Gran Turismo 7. I have an announcement to make. I'm going to be starting another series. I don't care if it does well or not. I want to do this. This is not for the channel. This is for me. And I hope you guys enjoy it as we usually come along for the ride. I'm doing a Multifandom Showdown, it's going to be called. It's going to be a multi-race championship where characters from different fandoms will compete to see who the fastest is. Now, my character's name is Misty Bright Dawn, so I will be playing as Misty from MLP. But there's going to be two versions of this. I'm going to upload first the day the race is run. I will put up the raw cut. There will be no commentary in this race. It's just going to be you watching me drive. But then, for all you who like actual motorsports, I plan on doing a nicer cut where I'm gonna record off of Discord. I'm gonna record me and someone else doing commentary over the race. I plan to do this, but we're gonna test the waters a little bit. I'm gonna do my own commentary over a race replay, and upload it, and then see what you guys think. I'm just gonna do like a random race. Probably one of tomorrow's dailies, because we get a new update tomorrow, so more than likely it'll be something with the chimney. I'll probably commentate it like lightly. But I'd rather do like World Touring Car 600, like World Touring Car 700, 800, or at least I know the drivers, so it's easier for me to call it. It's easier for me to call it, especially when I'm not watching when I'm not looking at all the gauges and everything. So anyway, without further ado, let's test Taylor Venus's car for this race, for this championship. She'll be driving a McLaren. This is what I normally do for quick tests of cars for 800. I take them to Sardinia. It's only 15 minutes to give about 500 grand, but it's a quick, easy way to make money that takes months. Now the schedule will go as this. I will show you guys the racers after the race. First, we start out at Blue Moon Bay, and we'll have a 30-minute. Every race will be 30 minutes long, except I have a special thing. So Blue Moon Bay infield A is going to be race 1. I've already done qualifying for it. I thought about uploading it, but I'm not. Because the qualifying took me about 20 minutes on its own, and I don't think that'd be a very interesting video to watch that. Anyway, come on, Adam Welk. Anyway, I will show you guys the grid once we get I'll show you the paints that have been done. Myself and Sky Racer have been working on paints for this for the past couple days now. We're not quite done, so this won't happen for at least maybe 3 more days, 4 more days maybe. I probably won't have the first race until Monday, perhaps. Because I'm still working Friday, Saturday, Sunday, so. Ooh, I think the damage contributed to that. Anyway, yeah, we're just gonna run this race. Then we're going to. And we're going to show you the competitors and their rides, painted or not. I did change Hatsune Miku's car in the actual settings because originally she was going to drive the BRZ GT3, but I couldn't bring myself to repaint that thing. Or like the GT300 one. I couldn't bring myself to paint it. Well, I hope this doesn't happen in the championship while I'm doing the races, because I've been having issues with controllers. See, look, I couldn't turn for a second. That was not driver error. That was the controller dying like out. And again, it wouldn't let me shift. It's happening a lot here. I have a feeling I'm gonna start playing. Just doing it again. Sometimes you have to stack it, and that's not a good thing. These controllers are probably on their last legs. PS5 controllers are pretty unreliable, if I'm going to be honest. Okay, this car can't do quite 7 laps, but it's pretty good on fuel. At least Sailor Venus doesn't have to worry about that. Now, by the way, the Sailor Guardians, just so you guys don't get confused, I have them entered by their real names, not their sailor names. It would just be S Moon, S Mercury. That would get kind of stupid after a while. So I use their actual first initial and last name. So, for example, Tsukino for Usagi. Tsukino. I can never remember how to pronounce her last name. But once we're actually getting into the races, you guys will probably familiarize yourself with who's who. That's the only thing that's a bit of an odd thing. So, who's competing? Well, we have 5 ponies, including Sky Racers OC. First time ever doing anything with an OC, and I honestly hope I don't screw it up. Because thankfully I'm not doing the driving, but I don't want his OC to look bad, honestly. So yeah, Rushing Wind is the name of that OC. Guys, keep an eye out for him in the BMW Z4. And yes, characters with only one name will simply just have their first name. Like Rarity. And then I have 2 of the Powerpuff Girls. Although I may cut the field down to 18 because I don't know how I want to go with those paints. For Bubbles and Blossom. I want to make one at some point, but I'm thinking like, you know, maybe I'll just cut the race to 18 or add 2 more ponies. I'm undecided if I actually want to continue with that because I've made 6 or 7 paints in the last 2 days. And Hatsune Miku's paint took me like 12 hours today because the game kept crashing on me. Oh joy. It seems to be acting correctly now. I don't know what was causing that. I did clean out the vents on my PS5, so maybe the PlayStation overheated while I wasn't home. Now, if you guys never ran Sardinia Rotary Car 800, one thing you have to know, Fabian Portilla will pit 3 times, and so will Baptiste Boulevard. Sometimes he does, sometimes he pits twice. Portilla always pits 3 times. And it looks like Baptiste is going to follow Portilla. Igor Fraga is the man to beat. He will only pit twice, and he gets a huge lead over Portilla. He's 15 seconds over us right now. This car's pretty gentle on tires. We might be able to go. We may be able to go two fuel stints on one set of tires. I'm gonna be dumb enough to try. Even though it's a mid-engine, it's pretty gentle on tires. No, I'm a hater of the 650S GT4. I don't think it's any good. Every time I've tried it for 700, it's just never been great. And when I did the qualifying, Sailor Venus's car was not good. I have to admit, his car was pretty slow in qualifying. So, here's the setup. All cars will have all tires available to them because the races will be variable weather, except the special one that I'm going to bring to you guys. Okay, so yeah, let me continue the schedule then, before we get too far ahead. Yeah, all cars will be stock, but all race tires are available, including inners and wets. So the AI can strategize however they want. I'll be running soft tires unless there's any reason not to. So my car is perfectly fine on softs and one fuel stint. We can actually go one lap further than Frog, I think. I'm gonna put it in forward just to make sure that we are able to make it to the line. Now I don't know how the AI are gonna drive. We might be a little short. Now, every race will have fuel drain and tire wear, which we've already figured out what the ratio should be. And every race is actually going to be set at a preset time, but I'm going to make the weather random. If I can do that. If I can't, everything's just going to be random. Except the time. On the time of day, I think I can change. Yeah, I can change the time of day, I'm pretty sure. I'll have to check on that, but if everything goes well, we'll have set time of day but random weather. And before every raw cut, we will be checking the forecast to see what's going to happen. If we're going to get rained on or not. Each race will be 30 minutes long, except race 2. So race 1, as we already said, is going to be Blue Moon Bay, Infield A. That track never gets used. I'm going to use some tracks that the game doesn't really care to use that much. Then race 2 is going to be a little different. Daytona International Speedway, we're going to the oval, we're running 50 laps in the night. With fuel and tire wear, obviously. Race 3 will be one of the Tokyos. I'm not too sure which one. Haven't decided that yet. Yeah, we better get tires. The rears are kind of shredded. I have a list of the tracks. Hold on. Race 3 is going to be at Spa, but I think I'm going to change that because I want to highlight tracks that the game doesn't use. So I'm going to look through the list. Actually, we'll probably do Grand Valley Highway for that. Yeah, we'll do Grand Valley Highway full for that. And that one, I think, will be a night race. Although, I want to keep... You know what? Much as I would want to do that, that would ruin my idea of this being global. Because we have 2 races in America currently, 2 races in Europe, and 2 races in Japan. I'll have to chew on that, because honestly, like Blue Moon Bay has 3 races, and they all use different layouts. Tsukuba only has slower cars, so that's why we're going to bring the big GT cars out. So that'll be round 4. I'm just going to grab my list real fast. I'm going to read this off for now. So as you guys know, 1 Blue Moon Bay Infield A, 2 Daytona International Speedway Oval, 3 is tentatively spot, but I'm not sure what I'm going to do exactly. So then Tokyo Expressway, but I'm not sure about the layout. I'm probably going to go north. Then race 5, Tsukuba. And the championship is going to be the Nürburgring Endurance Track. Well, that one I'm probably going to need a little bit of practice because I'm not play out in years. So there's no race in the game that uses the endurance layout. Gonna mute that. Freaking Amtrak email. Now, here's a point system. The winner gets 30. The second runner will get, there's 20 cars in the race right now, so it'll all equal out. Second place gets 19. And then so on and so forth until you get only 1 in last. It's not like F1 where only the top 10 gets points. I don't follow that kind of garbage system. I don't like it. I think everyone should get something for their efforts. Because it's kind of stupid when you see multiple cars finishing without a single point. When they ran every single race that season. Call me a NASCAR fanboy, I don't care, but like, I don't think there's a single car in NASCAR history that has at least started one race that has 0 points to its name in a season. Maybe some crazy loophole that maybe made them give up their points. Or no, you will at least get 1 point for last place. I don't exactly know how NASCAR's current points work out because points aren't as important as straight up winning races. But I know in the old Winston Cup system, you would get 1 point for like anywhere from. See what happened again. Control C stop. Shut my throttle. If this happens during that race, I'm going to be in trouble. Now we already dropped down 10 seconds to move off. That put us in a hole. You make any mistake in this race, you are in trouble. Is that stupid? Controller failure again. This controller is not going to last more than like a few more days, I don't think. This is fun. Controller just stops responding, and it'll just be like, yeah, I don't care if you're pushing my buttons. I'm not putting in inputs. And with that, Frog is pretty much gone. And not to mention, he is gapping us. This is easy, remember, but another thing, yeah, all cars stock, except you can run whatever tires you want. Except, there's one little caveat. One of the cars, I had to put a gearbox in it. Because the stock gearing is so, well, I'm probably going to put gearboxes in all of these cars to make sure they can draft at Daytona. I'm going to have to test all these cars in a pack at Daytona and see how the stock gearbox reacts. Because then before race 1, we'll make sure every car is gearbox installed. So now I just adjust the gear ratios accordingly. I'll do a little test race in the draft to make sure that I can get everybody's gearing right. I'm not going to leave any driver out to hang because their gearing is bad and they can't reach speeds. Because that would be unfair. If one, say Twilight for example, couldn't get up to top speed because their transmission's not good enough. I'm not going to have that. Okay, I don't know why this car was so bad in qualifying, because it's actually a pretty solid car. And I'm so surprised there are no computers that drive this one especially. There's a lot of computers that don't, or should I say, like, actual, like, GT champions that don't drive some of these better cars. They just go unused. I'm just going off on a tangent. Anyway. So I don't have a schedule for any of this, and it's kind of just going to happen sporadically. Maybe I'll try to do it like every Tuesday, perhaps. Then probably by Thursday, how about the edited version? If I go that route, because if not, you'll just get a no commentary race from my POV, which will be cockpit always. To give it a little bit of immersion, and I don't think there'll be any music in these races. I don't think I'm going to run any music at all, even though I have the stream remote on. We can actually outlast Fraga by 2 laps because I had it in map 2 so long. I had this in map 2 for like 3 laps and I didn't even realize. We only need 3 laps of gas. That's all we're gonna need. Anyway, go through a quick full field rundown. You know, because the championship race, and then also if we so happen to need it, which I highly doubt it's gonna happen with the way the point system works, I will have a tiebreaker at Laguna Seca. But I don't think we're going to make it there. I'm trying to pick like tracks that don't have a World Touring Car 800 race. So actually, we might do Alsace. Yeah, I think we're going to replace Spa with Alsace. Because while the GT3 Cup goes to Alsace in Gran Turismo Sport, which is dying in a week, by the way, on Gran Turismo Sport, I believe will become unplayable in about a week. As of this upload, not quite a week. A week and 2 days. Portia is going to jump us when we pit next lap. That's not going to be questionable. Although, wait, I think he's going to pit now. I think he's going to pit next lap, isn't he? Or no, he's going to pit. He'll pit at either 13 or 14, I think. Probably 14. Alright, our final pit stop of the day. Now, I'm going to be upfront with you guys. I'm making every paint job except the pony ones. All the Sailor Moon cars have a title sponsor. And well, so does another competitor that is kind of on her own. Well, Gomez can go kind of far, but he doesn't. He's not very fast. I think he outdoes some of these other guys that pit after him. By the way, that's the car I'll be driving as we're going as drives, the 2013 GTR. I wanted to drive the 18, but Sky said he will not paint it. And he's better at pony paints than I am. I do good with anime, as it turns out. My pony paints are just alright, as you guys have probably seen. So I figured because he's collabing to make the paints for me, I'm gonna include his OC, just as like a thank you. Now I cannot give an exact, time frame of when I will be making the first race, because it all depends on when he finishes the rest of the paints. Because depending on if I keep the Powerpuff Girls or not, I'm done. I did my last paint, which was well, I would probably have to tell you who it was, because I'm keeping most of the grid secrets. Other than obviously the main Sailor Guardians. There's no tertiary Guardians or like extra Guardians, because we don't have their sprites. Like we don't have them as stickers. So I can't put on a car. If I can't put them on a car, they can't run this race. For this championship. I think we'll do something fun. The top 5 in the championship, I think I'm going to put them in a one-off race against, too bad I can't run them against the GT Sophies. Because that would be a true well, how about the champion goes up against the Sophies as me? I'll change my name one time, and I'll waste my last two name changes. Well, to save me 2 name changes. Honestly, it would be kind of nice if I would win. But I don't think I have much chance of winning this championship, especially with the AI on the hardest difficulty. They're not slow, but I'll test them and I'll see how they are on the hardest difficulty. Daytona, I could probably win because the AI just double this. I mean, I easily won that GR3 Cup. That was like regulated and crap. I won it with multiple cars. Yeah, it's supposed to be their rendition of NASCAR, because they don't have NASCAR anymore. Okay, our Frog is pretty gone now. Yeah, that mistake I made really hurt me. It's gonna be what, like 3 straight losses in this race now, I think. And it's all down to controller failures, honestly. That's not him, that's a lap car. That's the guy I like to call Captain Slow. Andy Estrada. In every race that we run, he's always last or close to last. The only one he's never last is High Speed Ring. I know in real life he's actually pretty good, but for some reason they made his AI really bad. Also, a little tidbit about tomorrow's update. There's only going to be 2 cars available unless you go through a $4,000 paywall. Yeah. So that Bavgari thing, the watch car I like to call it, don't listen to that. There's not 3 new cars. There's 2 new cars. That Bavgari is not going to be available until February unless you pay for a $4,000 watch. So I'm pretty sure no players except maybe like modders are gonna have it. Because who's gonna spend $4,000 on a watch and play a video game? I don't think there's that many people that would do that. But anyway, let me show you guys the grid. And at that point, we're also going to change. At this point, yeah, we're also going to change Miku's car. So based on qualifying, Rainbow Dash in her Huracan, Twilight Sparkle in her Citroen GT race car, Sailor Moon, aka Usagi, in her Supra, DJ Pone 3 in her SLS, but it's not painted yet, so just stock livery for now. Hatsune Miku in the RCF GT3 prototype. Most important, this is not the regular GT3. This thing sucks. I ran it. She's gonna struggle badly. Sunset Shimmer in the Suzuki VGT, which has one of the lowest PPs on the grid, but in qualifying she managed the P6. Starlight Glimmer in the M6 Endurance. Sailor Jupiter in the Jaguar. It's showing me in this, but I will be driving the 2013 Nissan GTR. I would never do this, but this is a tribute to Mr. Sky here. This is his livery. Now I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know what I'm doing with these two. But I had them qualify. I don't even know if they're going to be in the race. They might just be cut. So Fluttershy in the 458, which I would never make her drive. But he has a fascination saying she would drive whatever, except it's not a V12. Even a Viper. Now these two, I don't know. So we'll kind of set those aside. This is Sky Racers OC. And we have Marinette Dupen Chang, aka Ladybug from Miraculous. We have Sailor Mercury in her FT1. You know, it's only right that both Sailor Moon and Sailor Mercury have basically the same car. That they're besties. That was not on purpose, I promise. Sailor Mars in the Evo, which I laid heavily in nostalgia for this one. And you've already seen Sailor Venus's car. Then we have Anna and Elsa from Frozen, which their qualifying times were bad. It might be mostly because it was my first time on track, but I don't know. Because Rarity was ultra slow and she went out later. This Genesis is pretty junk. If I'm going to be straight with you guys. This might be the worst car in the entire grid, and honestly, I think if Rarity finishes last more than... If we do the... Because we're doing a field flip. If she finishes last first race and she starts on pole in the second at Daytona, and she doesn't do anything, I'm probably going to kick her out of the championship and replace her with somebody else. Because I have another driver in mind, but... Because Rarity is just... Rarity is a whole set... Like a whole second slower than anyone else. There's no one else in the 35s. Or wait, hold on. No, we don't want to discard that. So I'm going to see something here. Okay, yeah, I can't change this, thankfully. So we're actually going to go ahead, while I have you guys here, we'll go to the other tracks, and we'll set up the races together. Change this to laps. This is going to be 50 laps. They're also there. We're gonna have this as preset weather because I don't want it to rain. I'm gonna put this one to 0. No, that is gonna be a no-go. Especially because it's Daytona and we kind of want to see Rex. I'm really gonna have to tinker with that, but yeah, so we'll do Alsace. I'm just gonna put this in order then, so yeah, Alsace is gonna be race 3. We'll do Village. We'll just load this. Blue Moon Bay 1. This one will be a day race, but I'm gonna have the variable time speed set to 8. Now, these will change every week, because obviously we're going to flip the grid with championship points. So, I mean, either you're going to get 19 for second place, or you're going to get 17. Because if I lock 2 off, you're only going to get 28 points for winning. Because you get 10 points. I'm going to turn that off for everything, I think. I may redo this for GT4 and prototypes. Probably not Group 2 because there's not enough cars. There's only what, like five cars for 5 or 6 cars for Group 2. I mean, they have to fill out the field by putting GT3 cars in it that kind of fit the Super GT frame. I think we're going to do south counterclockwise. And we'll run this one at night. This one, we're going to load it. We'll just load it from Alsace. Endurance, 30 minutes. Yeah, that's good. And, well, yeah, that'll change depending on how I do. For Daytona, I'm probably going to turn this up to long. Just so we have, like, competitive pack racing. Weather will always be randomized except Daytona. This one will be midnight. We'll do 5 times progression, so maybe it's morning by the time we're done. Does the Kubo even have lights? I don't even think it does. I'm gonna make this one a grid. It'll make more sense to make this a grid start. Or no, it should be rolling. Because it's 20 cars. A 20-car grid start at Tsukuba would be a nightmare. We're gonna put this one to rolling. All the other ones will be grid except this one. I think Daytona we're gonna do a rolling start as well. We'll do this one late morning. Actually, we're gonna put that one to 8 because I want it to feel like a longer race. And finally, Nürburgring. Nürburgring Endurance, which is actually, it's longer, yes. I'm gonna put this one on the grid because it starts on the GP track. So, yeah, slipstream strength will be set to real for everything but Daytona. So I have to go back and fix that. This one I'm going to do afternoon, but I'm going to put the variable time speed to 12x. You know, we're going to do 15. So it'll feel like 15 minutes per single minute. I actually don't know how it works. Okay. That's all the races set up. You've met the drivers. You really haven't seen their paints though, so I'm going to bring out each car individually. Which we have about 10 minutes, we have about 15 minutes to do roughly, so. Here's Tatsumi Miku's car. Which, yes, I know she should be bigger on the hood, but I kind of wanted her to sit on that little hood scoop. And by the way, yeah, all the non-pony ones are done by me. Ladybug's car, she's sponsored by Mountain Dew. You will notice if you look all around this car that there's different types of Mountain Dew on every panel, except the doors. This will be my ride, but I have to wait for Sky to paint it. Here's Sailor Mars. Yes, her car is sponsored by the now defunct Kmart. I saw red, and that immediately made me think Kmart, and I saw the logo, so I'm like, yeah, I guess we're gonna use it. This was almost gonna be Hatsune Miku's car. Here's Twilight's car. Again, this is not done by me, so that's why you can also tell the number boxes are different. I have to adjust that banner. Because I always like to have my banners, like, have something to do with the car. Sailor Jupiter's car. She's sponsored by Whole Foods and Holiday Inn. Yes, Sailor Jupiter's logo looks like a number 4 in English. Don't ask. Must be like Jupiter in Japanese or something. Here's Rainbow Dash's car. This is actually the first time I've had a really great look at this thing, and I'd say it's fantastic. all the ponies have NASCAR number fonts. That's how you can tell it. Because the Sailor Guardians and the ponies both have the same numbers. But I decided to make the pony numbers NASCAR numbers. Sunset Shimmers Ride. This one is the only pony car that... No, this one's not made by me. It looks like one of my designs, but it's actually one of his. I almost took credit for something I can't take credit for. This car actually started off with me. Sailor Mercury's car. This is before I gave the Sailor Guardian sponsors, so I think I'm going to change this car before we start racing. So she actually has like a title sponsor. Now, Usagi won't get one, I don't think. I was coming up with a lore reason before, like I told you. I don't know if I told you guys or if I was just talking to myself about it, but like, they won't have title sponsors because they're... Oh, that's way off. I gotta fix that hood logo. Anyway, I guess Rite Aid would be her sponsor because I did put Rite Aid in a few different places. Sailor Moon's car. I guess our sponsor would be Marriott because I did put it in a few places. I did not put it anywhere on the side, though. Let's see, the side sponsors are kind of a mess. Oh. Rushing Wind's car. And he uses Minstrel Motorsport, which is... I don't even know if it's meant to be a team or what in the game, but... He uses it as his team, as his, like, fanfic team. Even though it's actually used by one of the drivers as one of their sponsors. I promised him I would not edit this car, so... As much as there are things in here that I do want... It's like, that's a MotoGP number. It's the only one that diverges from the pony numbers. Except... Fluttershy's Ride, which I would never make her drive this. This is a pretty old paint of his. He updated the Rushing Wind car to be more up to date of what he does now. Here's Rarity's Ride, which is pretty close to the stock paint. He tried his best to get this close to the stock, but it's not perfect. And honestly, from the testing, it's the slowest car on the grid. Actually, as a matter of fact, I might change the oil just to give her a fair chance, because I use that car a lot. Now we're coming down to the end. Elsa's car. Running out of time here. Anna's car. That's it. Because I don't have DJ Pone 3's car ready or my car ready. Yeah, you might notice there's a couple Pittsburgh Easter eggs in some of these. This is not part of it, I just kind of want to bring this up. I made this really recently. Yeah, this car is full of Pittsburgh Easter eggs. But I think this is honestly my favorite car of all of them in the championship. I shopped at Kmart religiously when it was around. I don't want to hear any of you Aussies butting like, Kmart's doing... Kmart's doing this, Mike. It don't. Your Kmart and my Kmart are two different things. I looked into it. This Kmart was its own thing. You can even tell based on like some of the signage that it's different. Their slogan's different. That is not the Kmart that I'm referring to. This is US Kmart. It existed from I think the 60s. Don't quote me on that. Until well, they still technically exist. There's like 4 or 5 stores left, but there used to be well over 5,000. But about 1,000. What am I saying? 5,000. That's insane. Anyway, guys, I gotta cut it here because we're coming up against a 60-minute barrier and it's gonna cut me off. So I didn't expect this video to be that long. Holy heck. Anyway, guys, I hope you guys are hyped for this series because I sure am. I don't know how it's gonna shake out, but we'll find out together. See you guys in the next one. Peace out.